What's up, City Groups? It's Pastor Josh here. Hey, I'm so happy that you guys are continuing to meet. God is working inside of City Groups. We are so glad that God is moving within you. You guys, you're better together. We say it all the time, but it's true. You will continue to grow inside of your faith, inside of your life, as you continue to meet and be challenged by people who have the same values as you, the same value that Jesus is King. And that's what this whole series is that we've been going through, Jesus according to Matthew. And last week, Pastor Jeremy talked about Herod the Great, right? And we found out he wasn't that great. And there's a couple things that stuck out to me. Number one, Matthew was really bold in what he recorded. Pastor Jay talked about how historians kind of skip past a little bit Herod the Great's story of killing infants 2 and under around the time that Jesus was born. Why? Because there was a lot of fear. He had family that was powerful and strong, and they would literally potentially kill a historian if they talked about some of the things that happened. But Matthew was bold, and he recorded exactly what happened. No matter what would happen to him, he recorded exactly what happened. And that's another reason we can trust Matthew as someone who gave a testimony of the life of Jesus. That stuck out to me. The other thing that stuck out to me was this: Jesus could have been born at any point in history. He could have been born into a ritzy lifestyle with a well-protected wall and a fortress, and he could have been completely safe and secluded, but he didn't live that life, and he wasn't born into that time period. No, he was born into a time period that was really dangerous, right? The leader, Herod the Great, that was quite the choice for Jesus to come under his rule, right? In terms of where he lived. But Jesus was bold, and he had to get his message out in a certain way. So he did. And I love the fact that Jesus humbled himself and lived this life that maybe I wouldn't have picked this life. If I was God and I could have picked anyone's life in any time period, in any place, I wouldn't have picked that place, but that's where Jesus picked. So the two things that stuck out to me: one, Matthew was a really bold author of this book, and he recorded things that other people were afraid of. That was incredible. And number two, Jesus picked a time in life, in human history, to come in that was potentially very, very dangerous to him, and ultimately it would become very dangerous to him. But it shows his grace and his humility and his love for people. So here's my question for you. We've gone through a lot of context. We've learned a lot of stuff doing a deep dive into the book of Matthew. So I would just like to know, and I would love for you guys to discuss, what is the thing that has stuck out to you most about this series so far? What has been the most enlightening, the most challenging? What's something that you didn't know before that you learned through this series? So what has stuck out about this series so far? Let's talk about it right now.